Weather 12 forecast.
Good morning. We had a nice start to the weekend and we will have a nice end to the weekend. Let's show you some of our cameras across southern New England. This is Newport. Nice view, little bit reduced with that visibility, but we can still make out the Newport Bridge, which I'm sure will be a busy place today, and a pretty view here from North Kingstown. Starting off things warm this morning, temperature around 70 degrees, and our visibility actually below a mile in Westerly, so there is a bit of fog out there and reduced visibility. Newport, you're at 3 miles, Providence 10, Smithfield 10, and Block Island at 10 miles. Temperatures right now in the upper 60s to around 70, 67 Smithfield, 70 Providence, 70 Newport, 71 in Westerly. In Smithfield, we're also sitting at 72 degrees from our separate weather station there. So our dew points are in the upper 60s to low 70s too. That's why we're getting the fog in Westerly. It's also why it feels kind of muggy along the south coast. Even up into Providence, dew points in the upper 60s feels muggy. I do expect to drop these dew points into the afternoon, especially for inland spots. The dew points may stay a little bit on the muggy side for times during the afternoon along the south coast, but overall humidity not oppressive today by any means. What will help are these winds which will eventually bend from the west and northwest. That's a land direction that will help shove out some of that humidity. Right now we have wind of 5 miles an hour in Providence. Notice things pretty quiet here across the northeast. We do have a weak front swinging through today. That may trigger an isolated sprinkle or two, although most of the area will stay rain-free. The latest on Tropical Storm Barry. Barry is not completely done yet. In fact, storm surge warnings continue for portions of Louisiana. But going forward, the major threat will be rainfall. That's often an overlooked part of these tropical storms and hurricanes, and we could have an additional half a foot of rain across parts of the interior as we move north of the Gulf Coast. New Orleans, initially there was some concern that this could be a major hit on that city similar to Katrina. Right now it looks like the worst of Barry will spare that city, but we have had some problems with flooding already in New Orleans, and there could be some additional problems going forward today. All right, looking at our forecast locally, 86 by noontime, 89 by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Winds starting from the west and then bending from the northwest at around 5 to 15 miles an hour. What does that wind from the west and northwest do? Well, sometimes it can cancel out the sea breeze, and that's what I expect to happen today. So notice Newport, Jamestown, Westerly, you're in the mid 80s. We may have some upper 80s along the south coast today. So yes, a great day to head down to the beach. Low 90s to mid 80s potentially for Providence and the Smithfield and other inland areas. Mostly sunny at the beaches with a high of around 84 at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So definitely bring the sunscreen. There will be a lot of sun to enjoy. And on the water today, winds will start light and then pick up a bit out of the west at around 10 to 15 knots. A few visibility issues potentially this morning. Low tide on the way at 11:54 in the morning. High tide 7:10 this evening. And then this evening's temperatures very comfortable if you're out and about late. We'll hang on to temperatures in the low 80s, especially because we'll have that land breeze going. When we get the land breeze, even as we get towards 6, 7 p.m., it's pretty easy for us to stay in the 80s under this kind of weather pattern. And then we go back into the 70s after sunset around 75 just before midnight. And then overnight low temperatures going back into the upper 60s to low 70s. 7-day forecast brings in some interesting weather. I say that because the next couple days are actually pretty nice. In fact, tomorrow, mid 80s, mostly sunny. Humidity is a lot lower. So if you've been putting off that yard work, you don't really like some of the mugginess that's been around, tomorrow would be your day to do that if you have an opportunity to do so. Tuesday, a little muggier, partly sunny skies. And then how about Wednesday? Low 90s. There could be some mid 90s Wednesday and then again on Friday and Saturday. So we could get into a pretty warm stretch here. Sorry, there was a fly flying around near my face. On Thursday, some downpours and thunderstorms possible. This could actually be a front combined with the leftovers from Barry on Thursday. So keep an eye on that Thursday forecast for you, because when we have that tropical moisture involved, sometimes those downpours can be quite heavy. You can always get an updated forecast over on our website at WPRI.com.